I love starting things. I really do. I um I get filled with so much like passion and excitement when this feeling of inspired action comes along, and I start feeling like, yeah, I can do this. And I really do. Like I can go 100% balls to the wall, full tank on whatever that idea is. And I love doing that. I love initiating things. Um, but what I've learned is that finishing things has been incredibly difficult. It's like at some point when things start getting like real and the like more difficult and harder, it's like I just kind of like need to replace that with something, because that feeling of novelty, that feeling of passion and excitement, if I don't have that going, then I feel like I'm going nowhere. So a really good example of all that, I would say, would be like this exact YouTube channel. Many years ago, when my kiddo was just a newborn, um, I had this really, I would say, really solid idea on parenting, and specifically like being a dad. I put together a YouTube video on like how to hold a baby or something. And halfway through like recording that video, I remember I was holding my kiddo, and like I was just looking at her, and I'm just like realizing that I'm the newest dad here. Like she's days, weeks old, and I'm like the newest father around. Like who the hell am I to speak on how to like properly do anything as a dad if I'm the newest one around, you know? And that excitement and that passion just like tanked. And I very distinctly remember that feeling of like, okay, like I need to do whatever it takes to keep that energy going. So what I did is I just try to jump onto another train, right? Just a different idea. And I do that. It's like I always try to find a different um, idea or strategy or I don't know, just like something else that like will kind of keep that fire going, even if it means that I have to like restart. And that's the big thing, like just needing to restart. And then I jumped on this soon after. I remember thinking, ooh, like something that's a little less difficult sounding is to make my own like popsicle stand, like Mexican popsicle, like paletas. And I remember thinking I will make them like the freshest ingredients, like very colorful, like vegan, like all these different things that like I felt would make me stand out. And and the hours and hours of like trying to figure out like what it'll take to make that happen. I just remember like looking outside, and it was like middle of winter in Colorado, and it was snowing like crazy, and I'm just like, okay, so this sounds like it's gonna be a seasonal thing, because like who the heck wants to eat a popsicle in the middle of the winter? And I just remember like feeling that emotion of like excitement and passion just dipping, and me just being like, what else? And it's just funny, I went from that to like trying to get a media company going, and I even got the LLC, and I tried to drum up business and all this stuff, and the excitement really kind of went away when I started feeling like I needed to overexhaust myself in this business that I'm not even like very familiar with, right? It was just exciting. It was an exciting idea. And gosh, it's just funny, man. I also remember going from that to the same, going back to the YouTube channel and trying to uh, be a figure in like the masculinity men's world, right? And trying to figure out like how to teach men on how to be a real man. And that decline, just that totally tanking really fast as well. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that I think it's really funny how all these ideas, they were very solid ideas. Like if I really wanted to like commit to any of those, I really could. But that was the issue that I am now, I guess, funny enough, making a YouTube video about, where it's just like when things got hard, and there were genuinely things that like I could have finished, but like I just didn't. I felt like there was this level of like failure or this level of like, if it starts getting boring, then it's not right for you. So I started like asking myself, like, what is it really that I'm getting out of not finishing these things, right? And it's interesting because I feel that it was hard to admit, and it's still hard to admit that, of course, like I hadn't failed it yet, so might as well like jump off that ship before it sinks. I hadn't, gotten rejected yet. I hadn't like, lost a total like a big amount of capital, and there was this huge fear of like actually failing. But if I were to be really honest with myself, and it's taken me this long to really like try to see this, I think there's an even bigger fear of actually succeeding, because that would mean that I would have to actually commit to the damn thing, and I would have to actually like see things through even when they got boring, even when it got hard, even when like there's more factors into making something happen. Whereas like a new beginning has yet to disappoint me. And by finding a new version of me, there's still like this feeling of like there's so many new possibilities that could happen. Looking back at it, it's not like I was abandoning these things because they were essentially wrong for me. I think that I could have succeeded in any of those things. What I think I abandoned and why I abandoned so quickly was because I couldn't sit in the feeling of feeling like the fantasy and the reality were going to be very different. Maybe my problem wasn't that I didn't know what to do. Like in all honesty, like I do feel like I have really solid ideas. But I really feel like the problem was not being willing to stick through these ideas until the very end, until I actually realized whatever it is that I wanted to get done. I need to be willing to stick through the things that is required, even when it gets hard, even when the excitement starts to fade away, even when things start to not feel like they're exciting or fun, right? And to just finish things, even if it doesn't look perfect, even if it doesn't look like, the way that you initially wanted it to. That's the approach. You have the idea, figure out what it takes, do what it takes, just finish the fucking video.